Okay, now that I have an upper lip, I'm ready. Hi, hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel. It has been multiple years since the last time I posted a video on my channel. So this is honestly really comical. I haven't spoken in front of the phone as in-depth in a long time. I've mostly just been making Instagram reels because short form content, baby, let's crank it out. That's at least what we've been told to do. And so here I am coming to you today to say, hey, I want to slow it down a little bit. I want to have you guys experience my art and my life a little bit more in depth, a little bit slower. And so today we're going to be doing a studio tour. It's not much. It's really just a corner of my bedroom, but it is a studio nonetheless. Anytime I have an easel, studio. That's the only qualification for me. Honestly, I've had studios where it's just a table. I've painted on the ground. I've painted outside. I've painted anywhere, okay? I've painted where I've had to paint. So anywhere qualifies as a studio as long as you're making something and you're excited and you're inspired about it. So yeah. Anyway, okay, so I am just gonna do a little quick recap because it's been a few years since I've been on here. I'm gonna make it quick. I am Gabby, as you may already probably know. I'm now 27. I am now living in Lido di Venezia, which is like the beach. It's like the beach of Venice. It's a tiny little barrier island right here. Venice is right here. I'll pop up a little map so you can see kind of where I'm at. It's a 5-minute walk to the beach, which is absolutely beautiful and stunning, and why I chose the place. I have 2 flatmates. They're lovely. I have my own terrace. You'll get to see that in my little studio tour. The terrace is as much part of my studio as literally the entire, city. I love the terrace so much. I spend a lot of time on the terrace, and my windows are always open now, which is beautiful. Only because it's been good weather, but I digress. And I am here because I am in a master's program for literature, American post-colonial literature to be specific, which is apparently post-1920, which isn't even true. So I'm getting a master's degree because it is a great way for me to live outside of the US, extend my education, not have to pay back my student loans just yet, because as long as you're an active student, you don't have to pay back your student loans, though it might be more responsible for me to have already started paying them back. But regardless, here we are. So I am a master's student. I am full-time working as an artist right now because the cost of living here is significantly less than it was in the US. I no longer have a car. Paying for the ferry system is really cheap. It's like, I think, 30 bucks a month. And I'm used to paying for a full tank of gas for an SUV, which is $50 a week at least in the Outer Banks. So that's crazy. Anyway, cost of living is cheaper. So I'm a full-time artist right now. I make most of my income from custom paintings, a little bit from original work, and then a teensy bit more from just merchandising like prints, hats, tote bags, mugs, cards, and the like. That is my life update. Yeah, I live at the beach again. My cat is living back in the States with a friend. My family is still in the States. I will see them at Christmas. This is kind of the state of my life at the moment. And yeah, let's get into the studio tour. All right, I'm having to get used to holding the phone horizontally because I traditionally am making vertical videos now for short form content for Instagram. So forgive me if I start to make it all diagonal and wibbly wobbly. I'm gonna try to fix it later if need be. But anyway, here we go. So you come in through my bedroom door, and then as soon as you walk in, we've got my bed off to the right, my little bedside table. I am waiting on my sheets. Right now it's 2 twin beds stuck together and I've only put sheets on like mostly this half of the bed. It looks so sad right now, but don't worry. I'm gonna be fixing it shortly. My sheets are stuck at customs. So anyway, regardless of that, you come in, this is where I drop all my stuff. This is a recent original I did that I really love. I adore her so much. She's my goddess painting. Anyway, this is my room. I've got so much natural light, which is absolutely lovely for an art studio. And then here is kind of where all of the creating happens. This is my art corner. There is my terrace, my collection of shells that I collect almost every morning when I go on a run down to the beach. This easel and this tripod I brought with me in my gigantic suitcase because I had to pack for basically 2 years of my life, which was really hard to do, especially given my job is art making. So I couldn't bring like all of my canvas inventory, a bunch of stuff. I didn't even bring paints. I only brought my brushes because I'm too attached to them. But yeah, so here's my little aluminum easel. It's kind of crappy. It sometimes isn't even. I have to just kind of like finagle it. I've got a book light as my studio light right now, which is really funny. Don't look at this, it's in progress. It's at the ugly stage. Book light is great, rechargeable, love that thing. Maybe I'll link it back down below if I'm feeling ambitious. I've just got random pieces stored down here that I have yet to finish. That is a beautiful crow piece that I'm doing for spooky season. And there's my Longing Goddess concept painting. I'm gonna try to finish her this week. That one's for me. And then this is kind of where I keep all of my painting stuff going. So first drawer here is all of my brushes. It's so chaotic right now. My brushes, all of my acrylic paints, anything I could need. So it's basically just like a 2-tier system I've got going here. So it's easy, it's in reaching distance when I'm sitting here. I've got this kind of like kitchen towel, almost like dish drying mat, so the water doesn't seep through as quickly as a traditional washcloth. That was a great choice. I always keep my water, my brushes here. This is a resealable palette, which has absolutely changed my life. Let me show you the magic. So it basically functions kind of like a rubber sealing Tupperware, and it keeps my acrylics from drying incredibly quickly. Here is just a little ASMR close-up of my chunky palette. Look how like stacked up. I don't know if you can see how stacked up my paint is. I kind of like love that. Why do artists like that? I don't know. So that's my palette, which I also brought with me in my suitcase. I didn't even clean it before I left. It still had like active paint in it by the time I got here. And I have a little snow leopard sticker on here that my old roommate Leo gave me. I don't even know where it came from. So silly. So yes, this is my painting area. This is where I am many hours of the day. It's where I read for class sometimes. I also read for class at the library. And it's just where I paint. Just where the magic happens, if you could call it that. Anyway. And then I've also, of course, got pictures of my boyfriend, my cat, just back home. I need to get pictures of my family because it looks like I don't care about anybody right now except for my boyfriend. But that is not true. He just printed those out for me before I left. So cute. Anyway. And then from here on, everything else is kind of everywhere. My desk is just where I keep everything. I have a custom art tracker. I'm always consulting right here. My books for inspiration, my sketchbook is in here. My ceiling varnish that I recently got that works very effectively. And yeah, I also keep shipping supplies in my closet. This place came with this IKEA closet, which has been incredible because it's huge and I don't need nearly as much space. That's empty. Like, this is just bedding the place came with. But I opened this to show you that I've got some packing supplies in here. I just got these mailers from a little market south of me. I had to ride the bus too because it's really hard to come by stuff like that here. So yeah, that is one thing I have noticed about living here. It's a little bit harder for me to find canvas and shipping supplies. Most of the stores on this island, as well as Venice, are on the smaller side just because we're on a smaller island and so they don't get as much in and the buildings are smaller, etc. And so there's no like supermarket in the American sense on this island or on Venice. I'd have to go to the mainland, which is called Mestre. It's kind of the closest small town outside of Venice. To get stuff in bulk that is kind of more niche. So I'm probably gonna make a trip at some point in the next like month to get a few more things. But in the meantime, I've got everything I need and I can ride the bus or the ferry anywhere I need to go. The beauty of it is that it just takes a while to collect everything because it's only what you can carry. And I just came from having an SUV where I could buy so much stuff and not have to worry about carrying it home. I'm not used to that, so sorry, this is so crooked. Yeah, so that's been really hilarious. And I've been wondering why I'm going to the grocery store so much. And I'm like, I think that is why, because I'm only carrying one tote bag full of groceries home every day instead of the traditional like 2 big Trader Joe's bags full, you know? Not that I would go to Trader Joe's back home. I think Trader Joe's is overrated. Don't tell my sister. But anyway, this is my studio. Welcome, welcome. Bienvenuti. And I'm just really happy to be here. I'm really grateful to be here. I'm really excited to be here. And I am working on some spooky related art for Halloween. Tomorrow is October 1st. I don't know when I'm gonna get this YouTube video up. Hopefully today, because I'm feeling really ambitious as usual. I'll be keeping you guys in the loop, mostly on Instagram. That is where I'm most active. I intend on posting a weekly YouTube video now. Because this is my full-time job now, aside from getting my master's degree, which is not incredibly demanding. And so, yeah, I'm gonna be a lot more active on here. So please subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate you watching to the end of this video. I hope that my studio is beautiful and inspiring. And thank you for watching to the end. Mwah.